The fourth paragraph. You said, I spent 7 days in Senegal for the mission. And later returned to the Gambia with the machines on escort. Having arrived in the Gambia, I delivered the payment receipts of the purchase parts to accounts office, not the store, accounts office. And also delivered the worn out or damaged parts of the machines to the mechanic department in the presence of Boba Kujabi. I could understand that the council deposited the money to the bank account of Bubakar Kinte, which funds are received. So now, you had said clearly that you had taken these tickets to the accounts department, not the store.
That may be an error of your thinking, or I thought I took all of them.
You thought?
I thought I took all the return things, the receipt and this thing, to stores.
Yes.
But if you said I've returned them, or on my statement I returned them to account, maybe that's why.
So which one is correct? These two?
As for me, I believe I took them and handed it over to the right officers.
To the right office?
Yes.
Which is?
Which can be accounts and stores.
Which can be accounts and stores.
Yes.
Do you know the process of retirement?
The what?
The retirement. Retirement of funds given to you.
I did not retire any physical cars. I bought 2 oil engines.
Do you know what retirement is? If you're given monies like finance or say interest or petty cash, do you know the process of retirement?
I know retirement is the money that I don't use whilst I was away.
Yes.
But I was not giving any interest or night allowance.
But you were given money.
I wasn't giving money. I was giving money solely for the parts.
That is the purpose. You were
Yes.
given money and you had to account for it.
Yes, and that's what I returned the receipts to.
And you can't tell anyone where you've returned it to.
Well, I have said it now.
And you don't have copies of those receipts here.
I do not have them because I only hand over them.
And no one can ever know whether you spent exactly what you've asked for. No one can ever know whether you subtracted or minus part of the money and spend it for your own personal use, Mr. Kani. No one would ever know.
Well, if those who want to know will know it.
Everyone wants to know.
Everyone wants to know.
Mr. Kani,
And
everyone wants
that's
to
why
know.
I return.
Hear me out. Hear me
Hear
out.
me out.
Listen to me.
Mr. Kanye,
Listen to me.
I'm waiting.
Mr. Kanye,
Yes.
can you please observe decorum?
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Kani, the commission wants to know
Yes.
how you spent that money. In fact, by the way, how much did you receive?
I cannot vividly remember how much.
Mr. Kani, if you can't remember anything, why talk about job?
Why?
Why take up consultancy jobs and contracts with the council? If you know you cannot remember anything, why take up these kind of jobs with council and be paid a lot of money? That you can remember. The monies that you are paid, you can remember. But when it's time for accountability, you cannot remember anything.
That's not right.
That is correct.
That's not correct.
Because Mr. Kanyi,
That is not correct. If that is correct, I wouldn't hand over those receipts, because the people who have the receipts will know exactly how much they gave me.
you had received $1,066,280
Yes,
for a supposedly
yes,
repairing of D8
yes,
and D9.
yes.
And you can't account for it?
I can.
And you think it is okay? You think it is okay that you can sit here and conveniently say you cannot remember anything, and therefore it's okay, and everyone should take it when you have received public funds? That would not happen. Mr. Kanyi.
Council, let me tell you something. I remember a lot. I don't remember a lot because time constraint. And secondly, I do not envy, say, to be sitting in front of you or anybody here
True.
to be asked for this.
Yes.
But I also know, honestly speaking, yes, you can insinuate that I took part of the money and spent it on my personal bill. I wouldn't. I was offered personal money to do some things which I refused, which
Mr.
are
Kanyi,
bigger than this.
we don't have evidence of that.
I do have.
What we have evidence of is you have been receiving monies in your service to the public, and you have to account for it. If you had known that you were not in the right capacity or mental state of mind or physical state of mind physical state to execute your public functions, you should not have taken that job. So if you had taken the job, it is just right and proper that you must account for every dollar. And I guarantee you, you will. Trust me, you will account for it, because if you do not tell the commission how you spend these monies, we as lawyers, our advice would be that you must be accountable and you must pay for all those monies. So do yourself a favor and give us all the evidence that we need. Let me ask you another question, Mr. Kanyi.
Can I respond?
Yes, Mr. Kanyi, you can go ahead.
Of course, when I took this thing, I was with the ability and the thinking that I can do whatever they assign me to do. And I'll do it to the best of my ability and my knowledge. I took so many care of these things and these machines, not because of K.M.C. or myself, but for the nation, because I know what they did. These two machines help everybody in the Gambia, whoever is connected, to know that the bulldozers had a very good effect at the dome site.
Yes.
And fire was becoming a history.
Yes. Mr. Kanyi, let's proceed to other issues.
That is enough for me.
Let's proceed to other issues. I'm sure you have kind intentions, very genuine ones for this country.
I don't need to.
Most people do.
I don't need to tell you a story of this country because I don't know it.
Mr. Kanyi, my next question is in relation to how you received these monies. How were you paid this money?
Because the monies were paid to the guy who introduced me to these Senegalese. On the basis of him and myself would have traveled without handing over the cash to the Senegalese.
How was the payment done? From council, 1 million plus was paid. Who was it paid to directly? Was it paid to you directly? Was it paid to someone else? And then
it was paid to that guy I was talking to you about.
What is the name of the guy?
The man's name, I can remember that. That's Bokar Kinte because I know him for quite a long time.
Bubakar
Kinte.
Kinte. He owns Unkoland.
Yes.
And he paid you the money?
He was very sick in hospital bed.
Yes.
At the time, I even visited him
Yes.
prior to our arrangement of going.
Yes.
I went to see him to tell him we are supposed to go,
Yes.
but found him on his bed, lying. He couldn't even get up. And I said, unfortunately, we have to go to Senegal because tomorrow the machines will arrive.
Yes.
He said, as you can see me, I cannot even move.
Correct.
I'll give you my check, you withdraw the money and go with it. And that's how I withdrew all the money, change them because I'm not very acquainted with the Senegalese saver. So I took that checks, I don't know, 1 or 2 checks, I can't remember, and cashed all of it, one by myself, one by my driver, to go and change the money to safer.
So, to get the facts right, the area council paid Unkoland Construction, a company that is set up to do construction business, not mechanical repairs. It's not a mechanical shop. But you can correct me as well. They paid Unkoland, and Unkoland paid you all the money, and you had to travel to Dakar, to Senegal. Correct?
Not actually correct.
Okay, which part is wrong?
The part you are saying, I did not say he is a contractor for building or anything. He introduced me to the mechanic, and I thought he will go along with me. He deals with big machines. I thought we were going together.
He does not deal with big machines. If you say he deals with big machines, that may be a misinformation. You know why? Because Unkoland is a company. Is that not correct? It is a business, it's a company.
It's a business, it's a company, but it is not also right to say he doesn't deal with machines. I've seen him dealing with machines.
Now, the company, Unkoland Company, is a business. What does the business do?
It can be a lot.
It can be a lot, is not a definitive answer. Now, what business, you were the one who introduced Unkoland to the area council. In what business does Unkoland do?
I know he does construction of road.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes.
I've seen him inside the machine.
Yes.
With the driver.
Yes.
And I've seen him.
Does the company deal in any form of mechanical work?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm now saying it. I'm now asking you a question. Does the company?
I didn't say that he does it.
And now I'm asking you.
Mr. Kanye, can you please answer the question?
I don't.
You don't know?
No.
Now I'm telling you now that Unkoland does not deal in any form of mechanical services.
Yes, I cannot deny that.
Yes.
But what I said, I did not say that he does.
So the company Unkoland was not
Let me finish.
Go ahead. Proceed.
I think it's prudent for all of us to listen to each
I've
other.
always done that. Proceed.
No, you've not.
Proceed.
But whatever happened, let me tell you, I did not tell anybody in this commission or outside that Ngolan or Bokar Kente is a mechanic. I know Bokar Kente 35 years ago.
Yes.
I've never seen him doing that.
Yes.
But I know he deals with people who deals in these big machines.
Yes.
And that's where I ask him,
Yes.
if you have
Yes.
anybody who is competent,
Yes.
good, can you introduce me to them?
We had that evidence.
And that's what I did.
We had that evidence. Do you understand? We had that evidence. What needs to come out, what I want to put to you, that you can always react to, is that there appears to have been a fraudulent scheme. And let me tell you why. Unkolan, or Unkolan, however you pronounce it, is a construction company. But payments were made to Unkolan's account, which you subsequently withdrew and traveled to Senegal. Now, in the first place, it's even wrong, and you can react to that, to even pay monies to Unkolan as a construction company when they don't deal in any form of machinery or mechanical services. It's totally wrong.
It is being wrong or right, I will not dispute with you, because the legalities you understand about it, and the way I think about it are quite two different. You're only thinking about the legalities. I'm thinking about how to make these machines better. That's the only concept.
So, Mr. Kani, everything has to be based on legality. When you or anyone is tasked with the responsibility of any public office or any public funds, there are procedures that you must follow. And those procedures, they have to be followed. They must be followed. It's primarily important as well, Mr. Kani, because invoices were issued in the name of Unkolan for mechanical services. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Invoices were issued in the name of Unkolan trying to justify payment when they have no experience, when the company does not do that. So how do you explain that?
As I've said earlier on, my basis of introducing Bokar Kende or Ungolan was based only on one factor. The factor being introducing a competent mechanic to me. That's all. That was my goal, that was my aim, and it was sincere, and that's what I want.
Mr. Kani, it doesn't appear to be sincere.
Well, it's an opinion of yours.
And which is very important, it carries weight. It does not appear to be sincere because you can only discredit what we have as lawyers here, which you are supposed to do, which we will welcome, if you have evidence. If you don't have evidence, it's going to be difficult. Because we have evidence that you have received money, but you don't have evidence of how you spend the money. I'm sorry. Do you see the point? Why it is important?
No, I do not see any point in that, because it's only when you want to see something, you will see it.
Yes.
As it is.
Yes.
Somebody else can see it in a different way.
Let me ask you a direct question. Do you have evidence of retirement of this amount? Do you have evidence of retirement of this amount? Of the money that was given to you?
The amount?
Yes, yes. Do you have evidence of retirement of the $1 million plus that was given to you in the name of repairing these bulldozers?
I do not retire any amount of money.
Do you have evidence of receipts of purchase of these spare parts?
I have them hand over to them.
Do you have evidence of the person, individual, or that you have handed over this?
I cannot remember them.
Yes.
But it's K.M.C, and I know they got it.
That's my point.
I know they got it, and I can testify that either accounts or stores, they definitely told me they received it. And I know they received it.
Was there an expert assessment by an engineer or mechanical engineer, you call it, to tell or inform you as the consultant what is specifically wrong with these bulldozers, so that you know what you really need to fix it?
I've said it once, and if you want me to repeat it, I would. My only problem was they were not working.
They were not?
They are not working.
Yes.
One has been in water, one has another problem, they cannot walk. So I was not interested to know the technical terms of these bulldozer machines, which I've never dealt with.
So is the answer no? There were no
I told you,
expert assessment?
I told you the in-house engineer
Is the answer yes or no?
is between the two.
Between yes or no, what do you have?
Nothing.
Yes. So the answer is nothing.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is nothing because you don't have nothing.
I don't know.
Yes, you don't have nothing. That's why it's between the two.
I cannot say yes or no because I do not know.
You have answered the question.
But I've also answered it by telling you that it's not working.
No, you see,
The
Mr. Khan,
machine is not working.
Mr. Khan, we got that.
If you give me a bicycle today and there is no chain, I will say there is no chain. Even
Now-
if there is no chain.
Now, let's move past that. Let's move past that. That point is clear. It's very clear that you can't provide evidence. Now, the other issue is in relation to the dump site still. We will come back to this D8, D9. We will hear other witnesses. We have vouchers here, and then we'll have to call you back specifically again for this D8, D9. But when it comes to fuel, for example, at the dump site, how were you receiving fuel?
I only, because the machines cannot walk on the road or move on the roads because they will spoil the road. So they gave me vouchers or, how do you call them, coupons.
Coupons, yes.
The stores will get the coupons to the garage or to the petrol station,
Yes,
fill the 20-liter drums,
yes,
and my driver will carry those drums to the site
right.
and pour it inside the machine.
Now, what is the procedure for you to go and get these coupons? Who do you specifically get these coupons from?
I only make a request to my line manager because there is a need to dress in the quarry for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, or 8 days. And they will give it to me in bits and pieces, drops, and then my driver will collect it, and we put it inside with the caterpillar drivers and the mechanics, and put there and keep the drums.
Do you sign any way book or any register, fuel register, when you are being given this fuel?
I cannot remember.
You cannot remember doing that. Do you account for how you spend this fuel that was given to you?
As I have said, when the storekeeper provides the coupons,
Yes.
they are not sometimes even given to me. Most of the time, it's not even given to me.
Yes.
It's given to the petrol station people
Yes.
who will put the petrol in the 20-liter drums inside my vehicle pickup. And the driver will drive that pickup to the dump site
Yes.
to pour these 10, 20 liters, or 20 liters, 10 of them, or 5 of them, or 15 of them, depending on if I'm using both machines or whether I'm using one machine.
Yeah. Yes.
And pour it inside.
But either or you are the one giving this petrol, this fuel, whether it's through someone else or through
No.
staff that work under you, you ultimately have receipt of this fuel.
I could say 100% of the time I was aware and verified the receipts of them.
Yes. We know the storekeeper had said that.
I know there are not one storekeeper or the assistants. I know a couple of them.
Maybe you had something else different. I didn't ask the question yet. I said the storekeeper was called, and then he explained the process of issuing coupons. And people that are, have vehicles that are allocated coupons, they will have to go and sign against their allocation and their name, against the vehicle and details, and then they are issued coupon. But you were not doing that. You had a different arrangement altogether.
I don't know whether I have a different agreement or
Yeah.
I do sign it later.
But not at the storekeeper.
I do sign even my personal coupon. Sometimes I'll be issued with a ticket and they will send it to me at the dump site.
On the dump site.
Later, I go back. If I go to the storekeeper is very good in chasing me to sign there.
For your personal fuel, but not for the trucks.
Yes. But even for the truck, maybe I'll send my driver, or maybe I'll sign it myself at a later date.
You had been given a certain amount of money, worth of coupons, about $672,950. Yes, I mean, it's in your statement as well, in relation to the fuel that you have received. Do you have any form of retirement or any form of records at the level of the dump site to ascertain as to how these fuel were used?
No.
Why?
I do not.
Why is that?
I do not think I should keep any record. I think the records are there already. That's how you get this machine, not from me.
No, how I got it?
Sorry, Council. I'm being told that time is up. GRTS has taken the signal. We may rise and come back after lunch break.